Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Into the Podcast. I am your host, Ryan, and I'm joined each and every week by the beautiful Samuel Buckthorpe.
Hello!
Say hello, Sam.
You know what? It's really weird that you full named me then. I was like, why are you full naming me? But I full name you every week.
Yeah, I know. It's
know why I
weird,
do
isn't it?
that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, mate. I'm having the time of my life.
Good.
We're about to scran.
I fucking love
We've
Scrum.
got food in the oven, and we're going to do a pretty banging episode here.
Yeah.
So I've let you take the reins on this one, because this was your idea.
Well, it wasn't actually my idea. This actually stemmed from manager Megan.
Oh, it was Manager Megan, wasn't it?
Because she
Props.
posed us a question when she came round to record her episode. I think her and Alex had been talking about it, and she said, who would be in your top 5 most badass females in films?
So characters, not actors.
Characters,
Yeah.
yes. So when she said that, I was like, oh, that's a great question. And I think we toyed with this idea before, but once Megan had said that, we're like, no, we should definitely do an episode on this because there are so many awesome badass females out there across a whole range of different films. And I know we both did a bit of prep for this, and you can just go online and there's so many discussions, so many articles about this. It's going to be hard to narrow it down to a top 5, I think.
It was. I mean, you can see mine. There's scribbles everywhere because
Yeah.
I've added and taken away, and I really like this one, but this one's pretty banging as well. And I've gone for a weird selection.
I'm excited for yours because you said this, and we were trying to guess beforehand how many that we'd have crossovers.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of perhaps more obvious / common ones, I guess. But I say that, but then maybe they're only obvious to us because they're from films that we love.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think with my choices, I've definitely found that they're all from films that I really like. So mine are perhaps a little bit more biased to mine personally.
Oh, they're going to be.
But it's my top 5. So
It's no one else's.
yeah, exactly. Screw what everyone else thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this topic because I'm interested to see what you'll bring.
A lot to talk about. And I think when I say some of mine, you're going to be a bit like, how random. But you're not going to be able to disagree with me unless you haven't seen the films.
Yeah, okay. But that's what we're all about here on Into the Podcast. We're discussing things, and we bring a nice variety.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do a top 5, and
Yep.
that's going to form the basis of this episode. So before we get into it, shall we have a little snicky snacky snoo?
Let's have a snicky snacky snoo, my friend.
But what is it we do? Because I don't normally host. What happens next?
Oh, there's this guy that we pull out of a box, and he has this little guitar.
A little guitar.
And we summon him, and he'll sing for us, and that makes us extra hungry.
Oh, bang it. That sounds great.
So try intro in that guide. Give it a go.
Okay, so out of his box, here comes, I'm just going to guess a random name, Blue Flanagan.
Ah, close. Drew Flanagan.
Shit.
Sing us in, baby.
Here come Sam and Ryan, listen to them both speak. They've come 2 hours on with their pop culture critique. But are you even a nerd if you don't overread? So come on everybody, it's the snack of the week.
That was bloody lovely, that.
I love a bit of Drew Flanagan. I do.
Where could we listen to more of his music?
Well, let me tell you something, mate. I've been having a little look around.
Oh, yeah?
I was having a little look on Spotify. Guess what? Drew Flanagan's right there.
No way.
A friend of mine, big iPhone user, uses Apple Music.
Oh, all right.
Been listening to Drew Flanagan on Apple Music.
No.
Myself, I'm an Amazon Music boy.
Interesting.
Never guess what? He's
Go
only
on.
on there in my playlist.
As well as the others.
Oh, mate, but sometimes I like listening to him, but I want to see that beautiful face. So I hop myself on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And type in Drew Flanagan music. Guess what? There he is.
And there's videos of him?
Oh, mate, there's videos of him and the band.
Musical videos?
Musical videos. So I have a whale of a time watching him, but as much as I love recording music, I like live music more. So
What could we do about that?
Well, what I did was, personally, I'm not saying everyone should do this, but you should, is just go follow him on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and then you can see when he is playing live, and hopefully he'll be near you, or if not, travel to see him. He's worth it.
Amazing.
So drop him a follow, it'll all be there. While you're driving down there, get yourself on Spotify, Amazon Music, or bloody Apple Music, and listen to him. Then when you get there, he's going to be there, scream his name, ask for an encore, tell him you love him, tell him we sent you.
Sounds great.
Boom.
Easy. Easy money.
Easy money. Fucking love this.
God, it's like we're professionals.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, snack time.
Snicky, snacky, snoo.
As always, you've pretty much brought the snacks.
Because I knew you wouldn't.
Well, you know, I had to drive all the way here. It was a long way.
Long old drive.
I mean,
Didn't pass a single shop on the
No,
way.
I don't. It's through the middle of nowhere. So what have you brought for us this week?
Well, I'm a big cheese fan, my friend.
Who isn't a big cheese fan?
Exactly, and you can't get much better than Cathedral City cheese.
It's a staple cheese.
It's a staple. In Iceland, have a whole range of Cathedral City products now.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're like Cathedral City mac and cheese, pizzas,
Ah.
loads of different stuff. And
I thought you were going to say like Cathedral City, like deodorant or something.
Oh, you can get that as well, yeah, if you want
mean-
to smell like brie. Brie Larson, I'm sure she smells lovely.
I bet she does.
Exactly. So I found these on the little shelfie shelves, and it's Cathedral City Our Cheddar Cheese Flavoured Cheese Balls.
Wow.
And I love a cheese ball, I do.
Cheese balls are great. So this could be banging because you've got a renowned cheese brand doing cheese balls.
Cheese balls. So I'm going to grab a handful. I'm going to pop them there.
It seems a bit weird because obviously with the colour of Cathedral City, I'm just actually picturing real cheese to be in here. So it's a bit weird seeing it as like a bag of crisps.
Yeah, and you just go in and it's crisp. It's not a block of cheese.
They're quite pale.
They are quite pale, which is worrying.
They smell like cheese.
They do. They smell like cheese balls.
They do smell like cheese balls. So
Should we put it on our mouths?
yeah, let's eat
try
these
that.
cheesy balls.
Oh. Oh, this ain't no normal cheese ball. This is a cheddar cheese ball. This is.
And you can tell. You can taste the cheddar cheese.
Oh, big fan.
These are good.
These are very good.
Very good cheese balls. They're powdery like cheese balls, but not overly.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are they gluten free? I'm just thinking for our boy Kyle.
He loves a cheese ball.
He loves a gluten free cheese ball. No, we can't have it. They're not vegan.
Ah, that's a shame.
Sorry, Kyle. I would have bought you some, mate, but I am going to have some more myself. So, yeah. Big fan.
They're really nice. And
Go on.
probably, again, we get into a habit of doing this, of eating the snacks before we've had our actual food, so we're
Yeah.
hungry. So any snack's going to be better.
But,
But,
flavour-wise...
oh, amazing. And cheese
fan.
balls are just a great snack anyway.
Oh, anyway, yeah. Where are you going to put these on your...
That's a tough one because I'm thinking love that.
Yeah, not top tier.
I don't think it's top tier. I don't know if a cheese ball could be top tier for me.
No, I can't think of a single top tier cheese ball, but cheese balls are good. I love a cheese ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, number 2, I'd say.
Yeah, love that. Very strong.
Very
I can't
strong,
think of a
good
better cheese
flavour.
ball. I'm going for a second.
Mate,
I'm
you
going for
keep going.
thirds, you know?
Now, the thing is, these are quite powdery, aren't they?
Yeah.
Making me thirsty. Only brought us a drink, didn't I?
No way.
I bloody did, mate. So I got us, again, these could be absolute dog shit, but I thought we'd try them. We've not had something weird drink-wise since the apple milk.
Yeah, we've been scarred for life since that.
So it's an Italian product. Brand is Eleva?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver. Yeah.
And it is a premium iced green tea with jasmine and honey.
Sounds really nice,
Sounds
actually.
good.
And it's a beautiful can.
Oh, lovely can, isn't
A lovely, like, light blue.
it? Yeah.
Teal, maybe. Would that
Teal,
be
I'd say teal, yeah.
teal coloured with some, I'm going to assume, jasmine flowers?
Yeah, they are jasmine flowers, my friend. The good thing about this as well, it's an original flavour with no artificial colours, no artificial flavours, or no preservatives.
Wow. Hopefully just jasmine tea.
Just damn good fucking
Oh,
iced
and honey.
and honey. I love iced tea, Big fan. Peach iced tea. Yummy, yummy.
Never really have iced tea.
It's nice. Bittery taste to it, because it's obviously iced tea.
Yeah.
Bitter taste to it, but you get, when you're well thirsty and it's cold as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, good, mate.
And these are very cold.
Oh, these are
It
very
hurt me
cold.
fingers touching it because the can's so cold.
It smells of nothing.
It literally smells of nothing. There is no scent.
Well, what I nearly bought us was, because next to this was a load of cans, and it was just a black can, and it just said Cano water.
Wow,
It was just a
okay,
can of
can of
water.
water.
I was like,
Wow. Yeah. Oh, let's try
Right,
it.
let's
Cheers.
try the iced tea. Gonna go in for a
Yeah,
second
so, yeah.
mouthful.
I don't know what to make of the first one.
Hints of honey and jasmine.
Yeah, subtle hints.
Still got the iced tea flavour.
Yeah. See, that's a weird flavour for me because I never have iced tea.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to it because I think in my mind, because I'm drinking from a can, I'm expecting it to be fizzy. So because it's completely flat,
Immediately it puts you off, doesn't it?
it's off-putting.
And it's not a strong taste, so it is just cold mass in your mouth.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, no,
My brain's not... It's not the right pairing.
It's not
in
firing
my
on all
mi-
cylinders when
No,
it's in your
it's
mouth,
like
is it?
confusing me.
I'm
But
not overly a fan.
No.
Only for them reasons. The taste is fine. Iced tea flavour.
It's better because it's cold, though, and it's refreshing.
Oh, it's very refreshing. And we've just had powdery cheese balls.
Yeah, I think that's what's going in its favour. But the actual flavouring,
If I have to, for
I
me.
think it's fourth tier. It's if I
I'd
have
never buy
to.
this again.
No, I'm not buying it again. It's not horrendous.
No, it is what it is. Isn't
You
it?
know, if I had like nothing else to drink, I would
Oh
drink
yeah,
it.
it's cold. It's warm out. Well, we'll finish this can. But
Yeah,
that's
you know.
about it, isn't it?
But that's it. If I'd have to drink it, I'd drink it.
Sound brilliant. Well, there's our snicky snacky snooze for the day,
Well,
mate.
thanks very much.
You are welcome. Right, what's next then, baby?
So, might as well get into the full-on chat because I imagine
Your boy.
we're going to do a top 5. We're both going to do our own top 5, but I think there'll be some crossover.
Uh-huh.
But we'll give our reasons why. We're just sticking with film,
Yes.
so we're just going to do top 5 badass female characters from film, and I'm excited to see where we go with this. So
Yeah,
let's
boy.
let's get our boy Drew Flanagan out again.
Yeah.
For another little jingle.
Let's do it. Sing us in, baby.
Thank you very much, Drew Flanagan. I always forget about that jingle.
Yeah, every
and
time, I know.
the little at the end. But, you know, how lovely. Do you want to start? Do you want to go first? Or should we alternate? We'll take one go one at a time. Although
Yeah.
I do think there will be some crossover.
Okay.
But we'll
yeah.
see.
We'll see. I think this one may be a crossover.
All right.
This may be a crossover. So, first one, I've gone for Princess Leia Organa.
Really?
I have, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't gone for Leia.
The badass of space that she is.
She is pretty badass.
She puts Han Solo in his motherfucking place.
She puts everyone in their place.
Doesn't she just? Although she does kiss her brother.
She didn't know at the time.
Yeah, but, you know.
And everyone
just don't kiss your brother is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and
You
I
know.
get that, but everyone makes that like to be a big thing, and it's like literally like a peck, and everyone's like, it's like just over the years, hasn't it? It's been blown up to be this massive thing, like
We all forget that Marty McFly nearly fucked his mum.
yeah, exactly.
Leia Organa gives a little peck on the cheek, or whatever it is.
It's
and
literally on the
everyone goes
lips,
mad.
just like a smooch on the lips, like, and then that's it. When they didn't even know. Marty McFly knew that was his mum.
And he still nearly banged her.
I know.
Dirty bastard. Oh, that's gross. Oh.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can't put things like that in film. Anyway, Princess Leia Organa.
Talk to me about Leia.
Do you have her in your list?
She's not on my list.
not on your
but
list.
she could well be on my list. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that are like near misses, and I think again, it's one of those. We always say this when we do top fives that if we were to do this list again in like a week or a month or a year, it'd probably be very different.
Yeah. Yeah,
So on another day, Leia would be on my list. So
Yeah.
tell me through your pick.
Well, obviously, Star Wars. Love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't feel there has been anyone as strong as her in the. So obviously we've had Rey. Mm-hmm. She's badass enough as she comes along, but unfortunately it's too Disney now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I
and
think
there's almost that little bit, maybe, like especially with the new ones, it's almost it feels like the only way to make them badass is to make them like a Jedi. So they've got to be like fighting and doing flips and stuff. And don't get me wrong, Leia gets stuck in, but it's her will. It's like that makes her strong, and she's a strong character. You know, she's not using the Force. She
No.
gets into the odd gunfight and stuff, but
That's
she's
it,
not
mate.
flying the ships.
Nope.
She's not the action star.
she's got a pistol. She has a fight, but you know she's also cool just chilling with the Ewoks and just getting shit done.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She gets probably more shit done and is organised the resistance and is using her power to influence and is really fighting the good fight on a much bigger scale. Like,
and it's fine being badass and doing roundhouse kicks and this, that, and the other, But when it comes down to it, when it comes to badassery, it's a wide spectrum, mate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And as much as she can fucking hold her own in a gunfight, she will fight all day long and win.
Yep.
She's getting shit done. Like you say, she is the face of the resistance. She's the one bringing people in. She's just a badass character.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like...
And also, she does choke the fuck out of Jabba the Hutt as well.
She does, actually.
A chain.
That is...
Do you know what I mean?
That is badass.
That is very badass because he's turned her into a bloody sex slave, bless her.
I know.
And she's just doing just biding her time. In they come, bish, bash, bosh, choke.
Yeah.
See you later, pal.
Absolutely. Yeah, and she's just iconic, isn't she? Like,
really
so,
is iconic.
like, absolutely amazing. And they've never been able to replicate that in Star Wars. Padme in the prequels was very similar.
I was gonna say
she's almost like a bit of a rip-off, like, because she's like this. She's the queen, and then becomes a senator, and then sort of similar. She like have a few little gunfights and stuff, but it's very much like the politics and the fighting, the good fight in that sense. Obviously, that was intentional because she plays Leia's mum.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But she just didn't hit the heights of Leia. No. And maybe it's like an originality thing. Maybe because Leia was the OG.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think anyone's hit the heights of Princess Leia.
No. And Carrie Fisher plays so well. Like, such like sass
Absolutely.
and attitude. And like, she's fierce, isn't she?
Fierce is the word I was going to use.
Like,
she is fierce.
I love it. Like, straight away. Like, even in the first one, Vader is scary and he's huge. Like when that opening scene where they come through and Vader first, they storm the ship and Vader first appears, and she's just giving him shit straight away. Even though she's only little, this little woman, and she's only young in that. I'm sure she's only like early 20s, like 21, 22, and she's just like, nah,
fuck you, dickhead.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
let's
fuck
go,
you.
bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then like when she comes across Peter Cushing's character, Grand Moff Tarkin, when they're on the Death Star, and she's just like, I thought I smelled your foul stench as soon as I was brought on board. And like, it's just, she doesn't give a fuck. Like Luke comes to say her first thing, only a little short for a stormtrooper. She's got such attitude. But I don't know if that's part because she's always been fighting the good fight, or maybe she's never, because she is a princess. She's not your stereotypical princess at all. She's not like your Disney princess. She's like,
absolutely. She wants to get, but then again, you kind of see that as well in the Obi-Wan TV series. Like, even as a youngster, she just wants to get involved and be part of it, and not be in a high tower and stay away from everyone and just turn up to the parties because you are the princess.
Yeah, she's not that at all. She'll get
shit.
down and dirty and like get stuck in. I mean, I really hated the Obi-Wan TV series for doing that with Leia.
Really,
it just didn't work. It makes no sense whatsoever. Why? Obi-Wan and Leia just like know each other, but they never speak about it in.
But yeah,
for continuity purposes, it makes zero sense.
Agreed.
It was
continuity. I didn't mind the series.
No, like the girl played her well, and like there's some cool scenes, but overall, you're just like, it's just a classic thing of stop fucking with your original characters, like your legacy characters. Just do something new.
You own a universe.
And
do something
with Disney
it.
have been so poor since they took over Star Wars. There's been a few shining lights. Mandalorian Series 1 was great. I think that's got progressively worse. But Rogue One was quality. That's probably the best.
Yeah, up there.
I've put that up there with. That might be my favourite Star Wars film.
Agreed. Mine too. I love the originals, but yeah.
Agreed. But yeah, Princess Leia, great choice. I have not got Leia.
Right, you tell me yours whilst I turn the oven off.
Okay, I did think it was quite hot in that kitchen when I walked in. Just like to,
There you go, no fire.
On the hottest day ever, just
leave the oven on.
Leave the oven on. I'm going to go for an obvious one, which may or may not be on the list, but it'll probably be on most people's list. And I'm going to start big. I'm going for Ellen Ripley.
She is on my list.
Of course. So for those that you don't know, Ellen Ripley played by Sigourney Weaver, is the lead protagonist from the Alien franchise. So first appearing in the original Alien, 1979 or something, was it? Alien 1, Ridley Scott film, which is a proper horror. That's what it is, isn't it, really? It's a horror in space. The crew of the Nostromo one of them gets infected by this parasite, this alien parasite. The xenomorph breaks out of it, and then it's a survival, isn't it? You've got to try and take out the alien and then try and survive.
Yeah.
And it's your classical horror format. I think what's great about Ripley, even in that, it's similar to Leia, she's headstrong straight away.
Yeah.
She doesn't give any fucks, like straight away. Like when they go out to investigate the wreckage, don't they? Because they're investigating like a transmission. And the captain goes out there and then Kane gets their facehugger on, and then they try and bring him back. But she's like, Ripley's in command because she's the senior officer left on board. And they're like, open the door. She's like, no, I'm sorry, but that goes against protocol. Like, you could get us all infected. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't just leave us out here. And she's like, yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can.
Like,
I'm in charge now.
And it seems really cold, and you're a little bit like, to start with, I think she's almost a bit unlikable.
Yeah.
Because of that, because she's quite headstrong. She says it as it is. Because I don't know, it'd be hard in that situation, because if it was like your friends and your crewmates outside, you would absolutely want to let them in. And then in that scene, then like Ash, one of the other crew members, lets them all on board. But then
he does.
They have it out. But then she ends up being right, because the alien then breaks loose and slowly kills them all one by one.
Yeah.
So, but she transitions, even in the first film, from going from like this... I don't know. Would you ever class her as helpless, Ripley?
No,
I don't think so, because she's in a horrific situation, but she always gets stuck in straight away. Like, after this alien, they have no idea what it's about, but they've got no real weapons, so they have to do makeshift weapons like cattle prods and a net and stuff. And she's out with the crew looking for it with a motion detector.
So scary.
It is so tense. It's such a brilliant film. Even now, I managed a few years ago. They, how they do live shows of live like screenings outside and stuff.
Yeah,
they did one in a place in Castleton in the Peak District, and it's inside the caverns. So it's called Peak Caverns.
Amazing.
So you can go actually proper into the caverns and stuff, but in the entrance, it's like a huge cave, and they showed Alien there, and it was just incredible. It's like you're in this cave, you can see the light outside, but it's slowly got darker and darker. It's just unbelievable.
It's what a way to watch it.
Yeah, just so cool. But Ripley survives that, and for a huge chunk of that film, the really tense bit, like the final sequence, it's just her on her own, isn't it? And she's sets the ship to self-destruct. She's running through the corridors. It is so tense. But she holds up. And even then, she goes back to save the cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the cat called?
Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Goes back to save Jonesy. You're like, that is fucking amazing. But
she's that badass. I'd clone her.
Yeah, well, we'll get onto that in a minute. But, like, so she's really cool. Then, obviously, survives Alien 1. And then comes back in as Aliens, which is my favourite Alien film of the franchise.
I think it's probably most people's, to be fair.
Yeah, because it's a bit more action horror. It's more survival horror, isn't it? Because they go back to investigate the planet. She gets brought on as an advisor, even though she doesn't want to, because she's suffering with PTSD.
As you would
do. And it's like 70 years later, because she's been floating through space because she's been frozen. And she goes back in with a team of Marines. And they're two legendary directors now. Obviously, Alien 1 done by Ridley Scott, but Aliens is done by James Cameron. And James Cameron, one of my favourite directors, he has a habit of always putting in badass females in pretty much all of his films.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's any small part that he's responsible for really cranking up Ripley's story arc. Because she goes from, like, the hardened survivor of the first film, where she's just scraping through, isn't she, really, like on luck and courage and guts, to the second one, where she has to go face her fears, struggling with that PTSD, does not want to go back, but still goes against all that, which in itself takes so much bravery.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one that knows what's coming up. And then to go... But even in that, when all these trained Marines are losing their shit once the aliens break out, because there's a whole host of them. It's upscaled, isn't it, the second one? There's, there's just one alien in Alien 1, but in this one, it's like, as it says in the name, aliens, there's loads of them. And a similar format, they start getting killed off one at a time. Most of the Marines get wiped out in a big encounter. And it's all about survival. Can they get off the planet?
Yeah.
And when all these Marines, these bad, who are giving it all the big licks at the start, aren't they? They start losing the shit. Ripley's the one keeping her cool.
Exactly.
She's the one that becomes the leader. Even though she's a civilian, she's like, no, we're going to do
Everyone
this.
Shut up.
Shut up and listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to barricade this. We're going to seal that. We're going to get this. We're going to do that. And just takes charge, which is awesome. But then there's so much I could talk about with aliens. But there's that whole subplot with her because she lost a daughter. Then they find a survivor, don't they? Newt, who's a little girl that's been surviving on the planet. So she takes over that and becomes the de facto mother role. And it's all the story almost comes about what a mother's prepared to do to protect her own. And then Ripley really embodies that power, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So then there's the big final sequence where they're trying to escape. Pretty much everyone's dead, but Newt gets captured by the alien. The planet's about to blow up, but she's like, no, we're going back. Straps, and then what an epic! It's one of the greatest action sequences of all time. The timer is going off. They've got 12 minutes till the planet blows up. She goes out with the assault rifle, grenade launcher, and a flamethrower, and just sellotapes them together.
It's fucking ace, isn't it?
Got a load of grenades. It's fucking insane. And again, it's made better because she's in a film she's a character in two great films. There, world class filmmaking. That whole sequence. It's 12 minutes. The timer says 12 minutes till detonation. That whole sequence is actually 12 minutes long.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you time it,
Right,
you
okay.
actually watch 12 minutes worth of film before the planet
amazing.
blows up. It's insane. But she goes in, face off against the alien queen, destroys the nest. Oh, it's just so good. Rescues her, and then you think that's the final showdown, but it's not, because then even at the end, it's her versus the alien queen. So it's the two mothers battling off. It's and she comes back on the big walker, doesn't she?
Oh god,
to face off against the alien queen. She's like, what's the quote? Get away from her, you bitch. And it's just such an epic transition how we've gone from just in two films, from Alien, where she's this confident civilian pilot, basically,
being hunted by a fucking xenomorph,
to this absolute battled veteran
Yeah.
that has survived so many encounters when all these insane badass characters have lost their way. And those two films are masterpieces. They're two of my favourite films of all time. And it's Ripley was always going to do it. Be on my list. But massive part of that is because of Sigourney Weaver.
Absolutely.
And the way she plays Ripley is just incredible. It's a testament because for Aliens, which was 1986, she got nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress in a leading role.
Oh, really?
And for a science fiction film at that time, that's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, science fiction films don't really get recognition.
No, unless it's visuals, normally.
Yeah, but in terms of acting, they never do. And she's incredible as it. She plays it so well, because there's a whole host of emotions. Because the thing is, in all of these sequences, she's still terrified. Going to find the nest, to go find Newt, facing off against the alien queen. She's fucking terrified, but she still keeps going. And I think that's what makes her so badass, is the fact that she's not pretending that she's brave or, is immune to it all. She's fucking shit scared, but she does it anyway.
Yeah.
She's that's what she's prepared to put herself through for other people. And it's just incredible. Her character, then, we do see Ripley in two more films, unfortunately, because they get more and more shit. So Alien 3 sort of shits all over Aliens, sort of tarnishes the legacy, because a few characters survive, but they just kill them off before they're even in the film, and it's just Ripley survives. So in my head, and I think in a lot of people's heads, the franchise stops after 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does for most people.
And then 4 was... So it's still the same character, but then at 4, it's a weird one where it's clones of Ripley. So she's this she's like a superhero. She's like super strong and quick, and it's just a weird film.
It's so bad.
Part of me is shocked that Sigourney Weaver signed on to do those two, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just a shame because 1 and 2 are two of the greatest films of all time, and I think critically they are as well. I think both of them are definitely on IMDb. I think they've got like 8.6 on, which is insane for science fiction and horror.
Yeah.
But Ripley's front and center of that. Huge pop culture figure. She's since been added to Dead by Daylight, which we were screaming out for ages. Although I'm disappointed because she doesn't look anything like Sigourney Weaver.
She doesn't, does she?
She looks like a caricature a little bit of
and not very
Ripley.
good artist drew her.
Yeah. It's clearly like they didn't have the likeness rights for Sigourney Weaver, so they've just done she's got big eyes and big hair.
And
so,
big 80s hair.
Big 80s hair, so we'll give her that, and that's it. But, but yeah. Anything else to add for Ellen Ripley?
No,
it's just incredible. What a fantastic character. And Aliens is, it's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Vying for top spot of my
Absolutely.
favourite film of all times. And so, yeah.
Love it. Cool.
I've just... you've got 2 gone already, so it would be my go again. But I've just spoke a lot, so I think you should go for your 3rd.
All right, cool. And then we can... Yeah, all right, sound cool. Okay, so the next one. So we've gone through Ellen Ripley and Princess Leia at the moment. Mm-hmm. So badass females in their prime, really showing their badassery.
Yeah.
Badassery starts off as a kid, though, Ryan. You've got to start young if you're going to be a badass.
Interesting.
I've gone for Merida from the Disney film Brave.
Have you? Okay.
Have.
Yes.
She is fucking badass, my friend. Medieval Scotland, just a ginger princess. She's told arranged marriages. Billy Connolly plays her dad, and it's always like, a princess doesn't do archery, a princess doesn't do this, a princess doesn't do that. And she's like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do
she
archery.
does, yeah.
I do this shit. I do climb fucking trees and do what I want to do. And this whole narrative of a princess doesn't do that. That's not what woman does.
Yeah.
She is not taking that. As a child, mate.
Yes.
Get fucked. I'm not doing as you say. I want to be out there. I want to be doing my archery. I want to be saving lives.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what she does. Have you seen Brave?
I have, yeah. I've only seen it once. It's really
film.
good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So the premise of the film is pretty much that. She comes across a witch, turns her family into bears. Basically, she got to try to turn them back, basically. Yeah. It's such a banging Disney film. But genuinely, I went for her, so I actually crossed off The Bride from Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Oh, wow.
I was just like, you know what? She is badass. But actually, again, it's not all about who you can stab, who you can do flying kicks to, who you can fucking throw ninja stars at. It's about that badass mentality. This girl can put an arrow in your face from 1,000 yards, 1,000 meters away. She don't care. Merida is badass in that aspect, but she has the badass mentality of, don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
A princess does not just marry who she's told.
Absolutely.
A princess does not sit in pretty frilly frocks. A princess does what a princess wants to do.
Yeah.
You don't hold me back. So Merida for me, my friend, starting off as a young age of this narrative. Excuse me. Thank you. This narrative of I'm not being tied down to what you tell me this is.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's medieval Scotland and stuff, so very different mentality anyway. But I love that mentality, and it's. So she's massive, long, curly ginger hair.
Yeah.
And my daughter's mum, massive, long, curly ginger hair. So we had Merida dolls, and it was always Mummy Doll. She always called it Mummy Doll.
Right.
And so we used to watch this film quite a lot, and we was always like, this is you, darling. This will be you one day. Like you've got the long curly locks. Like this is who you want to follow. You want, you don't just have to marry who you want, do you, sweetie? No, daddy, no. And we used to like the morals that we got from that film. We used to install on her a little bit of like, this is what you want out of life, mate.
Yeah.
Merida's doing a good thing here, so I had to go for her because it's something that in a film I love. I think she's a great character. It's a character my daughter loved.
Yeah,
great morals, and she's just badass.
She is. And when I was looking through when I was doing a bit of research for this and looking through some articles, she popped up quite a lot.
Yeah,
which is really cool because Brave's one of the Disney films that I feel like flies massively under the radar. And it's not talked about enough as it should be. It's not. I guess people don't put it up there with some of the absolute classics, but it is just as good as anything that Disney do.
It really, really is, and I just think I mean, I love Billy Connolly anyway as the dad.
Oh yeah,
But it's Emma Thompson and is it Kelly McDowell that plays
Kelly MacDonald, is
Kelly
it?
MacDonald.
Who's the voice of
Kelly
her?
MacDonald, that's it. Yeah. But I just think she's such a great character. She's bloody hell. God, there's loads of people in this film.
Yeah, they always get it.
My
When
God.
did Brave come out?
Brave was 2012.
Wow,
So
yeah.
a few years ago now. So I've had to go for her. Starting off young, she's showing her badass.
I like that. And I'm just going to do an honourable mention for someone in my list, like off the back of that.
Yeah.
Very similar in a lot of aspects. I was on my list, then crossed out. I had Éowyn from Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you've got Éowyn, but very similar in terms of like it's a man's world. You know, obviously she's from Lord of the Rings, so she wants to get involved. She wants to fight. She wants to do her part, but she's constantly told no. You have to stay and look after the women and children. You know, that whole societal thing of you're a woman. This is what's expected of you. You're a leader. You're like. She's not a princess as such, but she's a lady. Or she's like a senior member of the royal household. But she breaks that norm, dresses as a man for the third film, and then goes off to war and fights, and then ends up fighting down, the Witch King, one of the ultimate scary, horrific monsters and bad villains of the film, and slays him. So. She was on my list, but I crossed off. But I just thought I'd put her in there as an honourable mention because very similar. It's like that, Yeah, she's fighting, but it's also she's standing up for herself and saying, "I'm not going to do it. Fuck that! I won't do what you tell me."
Yeah, you tell him Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, rage, everyone. Right. Shall I go on to go to me?
Go.
I'm going to piggyback off my last one as well. Because this one's not as obvious, but well, maybe if you know me, it is. It's another character from Aliens. Who is it? Tell me. Do you know?
What's the name?
Vasquez. Yes, Vasquez. So Vasquez is. She's only got a fairly small part, really, because she's not the main character. She is in the second Alien film. So she's in Aliens. She is one of the Marines. The squad of Marines that go back to investigate with Ripley, and she's just an iconic character.
Yeah.
To say, she's one of the ones that lasts the longest. Straight away, as soon as we see her, they come out of the cryopods, and everyone's tired and lethargic, aren't they? And she's there doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
Straight away, doing pull-ups, and, Hudson's character gives a bit of shit. He's like, "Hey, Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?" And her response is, "No, have you?" And right, nice.
Yes.
And everyone starts high five, and she's just slapping people around the face. Like she's got attitude. She's very like masculine, isn't she? Like she's the epitome of what you call like your badass warrior, and she just loves the fight. She wants to get stuck in. And even when shit hits the fan and a lot of them start wavering, she never does. You can tell she's absolutely shaken and most of them are dead and she's like, what the fuck's going on? But she's still like, when it comes down to the fight, she's someone you'd want to fight alongside you, isn't she? And I just look, she's just one of those where it's a film where you got Ellen Ripley, who is probably on a lot of people's lists. If they would say the badass female, she'd probably top on most a lot of lists.
I totally agree.
But you would think that other characters would be overshadowed by her.
Yeah.
But Vasquez doesn't allow that to happen because she's very different.
Yeah,
Ripley's not, although she can fight and stand up, Vasquez is very sort of like, because she's a bit more like masculine, wanting a bit more action based rather than values and morals and willpower and such. I feel like the two different characters.
Yeah.
And Vasquez is one of them. She's just so memorable, And I think Jeanette Goldstein, who played her, you would not get away with it now because she's like plays her as Hispanic, but Jeanette Goldstein's white.
Oh, very white.
She almost it's almost like blackface a little bit, isn't it? You'd never get away with it now. She puts on a bit of an accent and it's like a lot darker than a natural colour.
Yeah.
Cropped hair. So she just Yeah, I don't think you'd care. Like, I don't know if you
No,
would. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's me. But I think in today's society, you wouldn't.
No, 100% wouldn't.
But yeah, she's just one that left a massive impression on me. She doesn't make it to the end of the film, but she goes out like a badass.
Yeah.
Pinging a grenade on. She's the one that she's basically holding them all off whilst everyone else escapes. So she sacrificed herself to allow everyone to go out. But it's one of them like all your badass deaths in films. They've got the machine gun. She's firing all that. Runs out of bullets. Gets a pistol. Kills a load with a pistol, is like crawling away because she's injured, and then like runs out of bullets with a pistol, and it's like, get the grenade.
Yeah.
Boom with the grenade. And it's like,
That is badass.
it doesn't get more badass than
If
that.
you're
It's
talking
if
badass.
you're going out, you're going out like a fucking trooper and a legend.
Come get me, bitches.
Yeah.
Bang!
Yeah, exactly. I follow her on Instagram. She does loads of Comic Cons and stuff. She's actually at Comic Con today.
Is she?
In Manchester.
Why are we doing this shit then?
I don't know. But anyway, she's clearly got a massive cult following because she always posts loads of stuff at Comic Cons and loads of people, even like little girls, or she gets the amount of like little girls that will dress up at Comic Cons as Vasquez and go see her.
That's amazing.
Because
isn't
she just leaves an impression. But yeah,
Yeah.
Vasquez from Aliens.
it? Cool. I'll tell you what, should we just, you do 2 at the end, because you
All
won
right.
over me.
Yeah.
You're not going to have the same as me next. So you gave yourself a little honourable mention there, Arwen.
Eowyn, yeah.
Eowyn, sorry. Because of the badassery of, I'm being told to stick to the norm. I'm going to go undercover as a man and go fight a fight. Is there anything more badass than someone who goes, fuck this, just to prove I am what I am, I have to dress as one of you dickhead men just to fight a good fight?
You're going to go Mulan.
I'm going Mulan, mate.
I'm
fucking
I
Mulan.
know, I did think that when I was saying Eowyn. I nearly said, I was like, Eowyn, it's just Mulan.
Yeah.
And that's very similar, isn't it?
I have
it's-
gone Mulan.
Yeah, very probably. Talk me through it, but I imagine it's a lot of the same reasons why we talked about Eowyn and Merida. Is it
Merida, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's an old Chinese folklore of a not young girl, sort of in her maybe early 20s, late teens or whatever.
Yeah.
War erupts against the Hun, and her father is about to be called up to join the army. Her father is sort of on his way out. He's an old boy. His health is not quite there, and she knows if he goes, he's a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
So to protect him and to save his life, she goes dressed as a man to join the army to fight the Hun. And little Mushu the dragon is sent to sort of bring her back. So the ancestors realise what she's doing, and Mushu's sent to go bring her back. She is the badass of badasses.
Yeah, she is.
She, surely we've all seen Mulan in our time.
Yeah.
We all know the fucking Donny Osmond song, Let's Get Down to Business, or that song's absolutely banging, where he's, I'll make a man out of you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That one. Absolute banging thing. But there is no more badassery than that. Just, I have to dress as a man to prove a point. To prove the point that actually I can do this.
Yeah.
And, this is back in a time where it wasn't allowed. So to fight this war, to be able to stand alongside my brothers, I have to be a brother.
Yeah.
I can't just be a human. And I just think this is a great story. It's a banging film. I mean, growing up, Mushu was my boy. I absolutely love Mushu.
Yeah,
I
of
absolutely love
course.
him as a character, voiced by Eddie. What's his fucking name? Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Voiced by Eddie Murphy. Loved him growing up, but it's only sort of when I got older that I rewatched this, because this film was 96.
Could be, yeah.
98.
98, yeah.
So I was 10 when this film came out, and so back then it was cool little dragon who's sassy as fuck because it's just Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
as an animated dragon. But sort of watching it in my older years, showing it to my little, and it's like, what a great story, what a fantastic story,
of
and
course.
you just cannot get any more badass than what Mulan does. I mean, she is the savior of the army. She is the savior. She takes point.
Oh,
She-
yeah.
she takes control of the army. She fights the fight.
She's not just there to make up numbers and
Oh.
to say she's been there and done it, is she? She is getting involved.
Fights, mate. She is showing the Hun who
Oh,
is
yeah.
who is the Hun.
I knew you were going to say that.
She is okay, hun.
Yeah.
But no, as soon as you said that, then I was like, you fucking segued me quite well.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Mulan as a character, you don't get much more
Yeah.
badass than that. Yes, okay.
What did you think of the live action version?
Never watched it.
Ah, right, yeah.
Have you?
I did. That was a weird one, because that was one where I think that was the first time that Disney had gone, like, released it on Disney. I think it was during COVID, wasn't it?
Right,
and you could
okay.
pay to see it early on Disney. And I'm sure I think a few of us did that, and it was just very disappointing.
Was it?
To say, like, loads of people did it as well. They paid to rent it, and everyone was like, this is shit.
Yeah.
I think it's because we couldn't go to the cinemas because it was lockdown, but it was just, didn't have the magic of the animated.
And this is it. Stop it.
Yeah, I know.
Stop ruining the magic, Disney.
I know.
Just to make money.
Bastards,
It's
aren't
not good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't hate The Lion King,
I've not seen it. I've actually avoided most
but it
of them.
wasn't good. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I really liked it was because it was Donald Sutherland and Donald Glover, sorry, and Beyonce.
Yeah.
And I was like, at least you got some banging voices. For
Oh
the songs.
God, they're always going to pull big casts.
Yeah, but it's
aren't
not
they?
a great film. But yeah, Mulan, we're having it. Badass.
Yeah.
Fuck the men. She's joining the army, and you can't stop her, bitches.
Yep. Fair. I'll go.
You go,
I've gone for another perhaps obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Connor.
of course. Not on my list.
No. Again, for those that don't know Sarah Connor, she is the main protagonist from the Terminator franchise.
Yeah.
Again, very similar storyline to Ripley's in a lot of way. In the first one, she is the victim, for lack of a better word. She is the Terminator sent back in time to kill her, because the story is that she gives birth to John Connor, who in the future will grow up to be the great leader of humanity that will save them against the machines when the machines take over.
Skynet.
Yeah. So they send a Terminator, who played brilliantly by Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yep.
send back to kill Sarah Connor so she can't give birth to John. So in the first one, she is very much just the naive victor, like oblivious
The victim,
basically, who would absolutely be dead if it wasn't for Kyle Reese, who is a soldier from the future who gets sent back to protect her, played by Michael Biehn, who, interestingly enough, is the main character opposite Ellen Ripley in Aliens, who plays Hicks. So, two of my favourite characters of all time.
Michael Biehn. And you got a mate called Michael
I
Biehn.
fucking have, mate. And I could tell you a lot about Michael Biehn. Me and him are like this. But we're not talking about Michael Biehn today.
We're not, sorry.
We're doing women, but yeah.
Finally a day where we're not talking about Michael Biehn.
Oh, God, what a legend. What were we talking about? But yeah, so Sarah Connor. So she starts off and absolutely would be dead if, like, Kyle Reese hadn't come back and protected her.
Definitely,
She was just completely rabbit, like, in headlights, wasn't she? She's first one. The Terminator's after her. She has no idea what's going on. As you wouldn't, like,
There's a robot trying to kill you.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like a robot. He just looks like a human, and he's going round, and he doesn't know what she looks like, so he's just systematically killing everyone in the phone book called Sarah Connor. And
As you do.
yeah, like, and it's you forget with the first one again. It's more of a horror action, I would say, because it's scary. It's sci-fi, but it's a serial killer coming after you, and we've seen that repeated in lots of different ways, like Mike Myers or whatever. But the Xenomorph, they are more horror than they are action.
Yeah.
Anyway, she manages to survive the first one, and then she comes back in Terminator 2, which was 7 years later, something like that, in 1991. And she has completely changed in between these films, because there's the big jump. She's given birth to John, who's now a teenager, but he's in care because she's been sectioned because she knows what's going to happen. But no, everyone's saying she's crazy because there's a cover-up with the Terminator, and, she gets sectioned because she's trying to blow up, like, what all these companies, what will become Skynet. So she's not only mentally she's very different, but physically, Linda Hamilton, who plays it, is completely transformed. She is just like almost like the pretty girl next door in the original one, isn't she? Very 80s hair and the jeans and the blouses or whatever. And then second one, she is shredded.
Shredded.
She really is. She's an unbelievable shape, and she's just like this transition to this like almost action star.
Yeah.
But mentality, she's so headstrong. She's completely different. It's almost like all the love and innocence has been eradicated from her because of all the events of the first one, which it would. Like, you would be fucked up for life.
God, yeah.
And she's just insane. Like, when she tries to break out of the mental asylum, that's incredible. Like, she takes down the guards, gets the bleach in a syringe and puts it up to the doctor's throat and uses him as like a hostage, and like all this stuff. It's insane. And then obviously there's the big action sequences where she's fighting the T-1000 and stuff, and it's just incredible. Like, her storyline is phenomenal. Very sensibly as well, Linda Hamilton didn't come back for Terminator 3.
Well done, Linda.
Because Terminator 3 just got shit, and then there was a whole host of Terminator films. She did return for Dark Fate, which got panned.
It was not a good film.
It wasn't. It
wasn't it just T2 with a female instead of Patrick Thingy Patrick?
No, it was Dark Fate came out 5 years ago now.
I went to the cinema to see it.
Yeah, I did as well.
But didn't they just have what's his name? Thingy Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. Wasn't it the same type of Terminator, but it was female this time?
No.
What the fuck am I thinking of then?
They all blur into one.
Mate.
So this one is they're after different people. So they're after like this girl in Mexico, and another survivor gets sent back. So it's almost repeating the same storyline as one, but the Terminator comes back as a more advanced one.
Right.
But then Linda Hamilton has returned as Sarah Connor, has basically spent her whole life hunting down any Terminators that turn up. So she turns up to help save her.
And she goes to see Arnold Schwarzenegger, who now lives in a hut and has feelings.
Yeah, because he's a Terminator that got sent back and killed John Connor and fulfilled his destiny. And what would you do as your Terminator if you now fulfilled his destiny? So he just does what he was programmed to do and blends in with society or something. It's just a way of crowbarring Arnie into it.
Yeah,
and there's some good set pieces. Linda Hamilton looks fantastic in it. Say she's in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
She looks cool as fuck. There was that still image of her, and I fucking love it. She's got the shades on. She's got the body armor on, and she's got the short hair, the grey hair. And she's knelt on, sat on a back of a truck, knelt down. It looks fucking. I think it's in a grey and black image.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So the film itself wasn't great, but for me personally, Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor was just as good. Saved the film, and I would happily watch it again because of her.
Okay.
The storyline's shit, but what was also nice is because of that they made her a playable character in Gears of War 5.
They did. That's right. Yeah.
Which was awesome as well. But yeah, what a character, what a journey. Iconic as well. There's so many iconic stills of her. Yeah,
banging. Cool. Right, I'll give you my last one, and then you've got two more. We've got about 10 minutes left on the episode, so we'll blast through these.
Yeah.
So for me, probably most people would think I'd come up with this character. I've gone for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
If you're going to go badass, is there much more than Harley Quinn? I mean, the only thing with Harley Quinn is I prefer Harley Quinn after the Joker breakup.
Yes.
Because obviously, as badass as she is when she's the Joker's little puppet,
she's very much under his shadow, I think.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't.
But still badass. I like the whole Mr. J thing and Puddin and all this lot.
Yeah.
I like that as a character, but I mean, she's still fucking badass in that. There ain't much she won't do.
No.
But she's doing it for that reason. But after the Joker breakup, and she, this is sort of the Suicide Squad era, this is where she really sort of shines. Has a bit more morals now. She hasn't got him above her, but she's still fucking psychotic.
Oh, God, yeah.
She will still take a crowbar to anyone's face repeatedly.
Yeah.
She will. There's 1,000 bullets being shot at her. She's running into them, not away from them.
Oh, too right.
With a baseball bat.
Yes.
Nothing else. And that's what I love. And all the different versions of Harley Quinn as well. You've got the more modern Harley Quinn that everyone dresses up as at bloody Halloween.
Oh, God, yeah.
But I really like the leotard with the big fucking mallet type Harley Quinn. She's just a badass character.
Oh, she really is. And I think Margot Robbie has played her so well in live action.
Agreed.
Because it's interesting because prior to realistically, prior to I would say Margot Robbie playing her, Harley Quinn was kind of a nothing character, or
Yeah,
like she was just not nothing. She was just one of several awesome Batman villains.
Yeah.
And since Margot Robbie, she has become one of the most iconic characters now. Like you said, at Halloween or at Comic-Cons or whatever, one of the most common cosplays is Harley Quinn because people love her.
Yeah, people love her, and I guess, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lady, but that's it. It's the badassness.
Yeah.
I want to dress as someone who is badass.
Yes.
That represents me, or, you know what I mean? Maybe not the psychotic bit.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But represents the badassness.
And
that
like
I
the
have.
individuality, she's going to do what she wants. She don't care about other
Absolutely.
people. And there's some awesome sequences. I've still not seen Birds of Prey.
Mate, get it watched. It's great.
Yeah, it's just because it's not been on anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to buy it
It's
just
really
in case.
fun film.
Yeah, I can imagine. But some of the sequences in The Suicide Squad are awesome. The bit where she's breaking out of prison, then she's running down the corridor and taking them all out, and she's got like the giant fucking spear, and she's taking people out, and it's all then the flowers start appearing, like obviously what's going on in her mind, and
Yeah.
she's firing 2 fucking machine guns.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Some great sequences.
And that's what I love about her. Like, she is mowing humans down with bullets, but in her head, it's all unicorns,
It's all
and
sunshine
flowers.
and
It's-
rainbows, and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
having the best time ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's mad.
she's
But-
a very fun character.
Very fun character, and she's just badass is the word.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right, what 2 you got for us, mate?
Okay, so I've got 2. I'll run through them quite quickly because we're running out of time. So one is a bit of a random one, but it's Neytiri from Avatar.
Okay, you're gonna have to talk me through it.
Have
I've
you
only
seen Avatar?
the once.
So it's Zoe Saldana's character. She is one of the alien species that is there. So she is like, obviously the main character is Jake, who takes on, he's a human, but he has the avatar that he puts his mind into, and he tries to infiltrate the tribe. But she's like the head huntress. She's like the protector of the people, but she falls in love with Jake, and she's just fierce. She's a fierce warrior. She's fierce. Like, she'll defends her people. She'll stand up to people, but she also falls in love with Jake and is very protective of him. So even though he's an outsider, he's shunned by people. She's like, she don't care about anyone. She'll stand up to anyone.
Yeah.
And what's quite nice is as well, have you seen the second Avatar?
Nope.
So the second one is like, obviously it's a big jump from them being made. It's like 10 years apart. So the story's jumped. So we see her and Jake, and they've got a family.
Yeah.
So suddenly we see her. She's gone from being this like lead huntress that'll go through the woods riding all these beasts and hunting, but being like very respectful and very, because they're also based on like Native Americans a lot of way, aren't they? So but we see her go from that to like the fierce mum.
Yeah.
It's like she's got like 3 or 4 kids, and she's like, do not fucking come near me, and I'll fuck you up if you come near my kids, basically. You know, that sort of mentality.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're like, you wouldn't mess with her. There's like one bit in the first one that I always think of where they're in the like the sacred tree bit, and Jake's trying to give a speech to them for them to leave because they're all going to get attacked by the humans, and then they pull the plug on him in the human world, so he just like collapses. And then one of the lead warrior goes to kill him. He's like, it's like a demon, let's kill it. And she just like shoves him back, jumps over his body, like pulls out a dagger, and then just like hisses at everyone.
Oh,
and it's just
yeah.
like almost, because obviously she's like an alien as well, but she's like, you know, almost like a puma or a jaguar or something. Like, don't fucking come near my cub or my partner in this sense. And it's just like,
love it.
it's just like, it's much more animalistic and a bit
yeah.
more visceral in that sense, but because obviously it's like aliens, it's a bit more science fiction. But I just, as a character, she's just badass. And then obviously gets involved in the big fight sequences. Her bow, like her great bow, is so cool, which is like the arrows are like the same size as like us, so like 6 foot arrows, because she's like this fucking 8 foot thing. But yeah, really cool. But again, if you look at my list, it's not surprising that she's in a James Cameron film. So all 4 of mine so far have been James Cameron females. And I think you could argue that every single James Cameron film ever has got a badass female. Usually in the lead as well, which is unusual, especially for like early action films, which is great. And last but not least, a bit of a random one, a character called Valeria. And she is the main female from Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, nice.
So she plays the love interest for Conan, so for Arnold Schwarzenegger. So from 1982, it was one of my favorite films of all time. I grew up on this film. I love everything about it. And she's this fierce warrior. You think of Arnie and you think the epitome of like male, masculinity, and like he's this fucking shredded guy. Like especially in his youth, he's just come out of bodybuilding. He's fucking enormous. But in the film, she's this epic warrior woman who is just as much as equal.
Yeah.
And there's so many awesome action sequences where there's no talking. It's just all the physical stuff, like the three main characters. One of my favourite sequences in the film where they break into like the Thulsa Doom's temple. It's all this epic music, and they're all like got like the camo paint on and sword, and she's like, it's just phenomenal. She just slices through all these. It's like a uber masculine film. It's lots of
massively,
lots of muscular men and like lots of blood and gore and sex, and she's just like holds her own in it. It's weird though because the character's called Valeria, but they never say a character's name once in the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not once. But again, she's another one that's fierce. Like when Conan's like half dead, she like makes a pact with the gods or whatever. She's like basically like, take my life, I'll pay whatever price to bring him back. And it's almost like that. She's so loyal as well. So it's not just the physical aspects; it's everything that brings with it. Like she's loyal to her friends and people that she loves, and she's prepared to sacrifice herself for that.
Yeah.
And that's just a personal favourite. The one that's a little bit more...
No, I love it.
A little bit more niche, but yeah. She's one that, like... I was watching that film a lot younger than I probably should have done, but so she's made a lasting impression.
Yes, yeah, I bet,
for a long time, so yeah.
Amazing.
Again, there's so many more we could talk about, and I've got loads crossed off my list.
Oh,
and
so have I.
If I was to do this again next week, I could have a different vibe.
Don't go into them, but just give me the names of who you crossed out.
So obviously I had Eowyn. I had Dizzy from Starship Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
So she is... I don't know if you've seen Starship Troopers, but she's like one of the friends that joins the mobile infantry. So yeah, she just holds up on her own. I had Laurie Strode from Halloween.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis shows she's pretty badass. I'm trying to think who else I had written down. Did you have any others that were honourable mentions?
Yeah, the ones I crossed out The Bride.
The Bride is also on mine, yeah.
Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
From
Hunger Games.
And Shuri from Black Panther.
Yeah, nice. There's
big
loads
fan
from
of Shuri.
loads from MCU that I was tempted with as well. So you got like Black Widow, who's incredible, like Gamora.
Yeah.
There's just loads, and reading the articles, there's like so many. I was like, oh my god, yeah, you forget about them.
do,
There's so many, and there's all mine are very physical action heroes in a lot of ways. I think there's more to them than that. They're not that one-dimensional, but there's so many different avenues that you could take with this because, like we've said throughout this, badassery isn't just about roundhouse kicking people.
Oh god, absolutely.
It comes in lots of different shapes and sizes, so it's quite hard to pigeonhole this. But yeah, I could talk about this all day.
It's been a fun episode, man. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So we'll bring it to a close, shall we?
Yeah, it's your episode, mate. You close it.
Oh yeah, okay. So thanks for listening, everyone. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias. Give us a like, a little follow. Send us your lists. Who would make your top 5 and why? Because that'd be great. We like to do that.
We do.
We like you guys getting involved. So as always, Sam, you're going to sign us off with a little bit of womanly wisdom.
Womanly wisdom. Oh shit. Well, as a fellow woman myself, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. It's all about equality, and we all love Cathedral City cheese balls.
Too right.
Maybe just don't wash it down with a Aleva premium green tea.
I mean, I've just been necking
jasmine and honey
because
it's not the best, and that is just advice to everyone.
Oh yeah, lovely. Peace.